Hey, yo, hey, it's KendyK all day. And friends, on week 2 of Zepbound, so this is my second week using a GLP-1 for weight loss in 2026. I could not be more pleased with using prescription medication. I'm talking about, yes, a GLP-1. I'm taking Zepbound under the close supervision of my medical team, including my primary care physician, and a registered dietitian. And you can even go ahead and throw endocrinologist in there too, because um, I have hypothyroidism and chronic anemia. So I was running errands in the middle of my work day, which I try to do with intentions to make sure that I get out and feel the sun on my face and on my skin. It just makes me feel better. Welcome in, friends. And I realized I had the packages that I needed to mail at the post office. I realized that I had both cell phones, right? Because this is the midst of my workday, so I have to be accessible. I brought everything out of the house, got everything in the car, including myself. I realized I had dropped my hat because I want to try to get a good walk in on my way back. If I time everything just right, I'll be able to do that. Get a good walk in at the park. And really, y'all, the sun coming in the window in the car is just already soothing me in the best way. Welcome in, Grant. Welcome in, Sandra James, living it. Y'all check out Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey. He is on a weight loss journey. And while I am just on week 2 of my Zepbound journey, this friend is Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey is 1 year into the use of GLP-1 for weight loss. So check out his channel, and he just titrated up to the max dose. So if you want an entirely different perspective and someone who is now, I think after a year on GLP-1 use, I'm sure that makes you, to some degree, a level of an expertise there, because I am certainly in the learning stage as well. Y'all check out Sandra James, Living It. She, as a cancer survivor and someone who has used lots of medications to support their health and wellness journey, friends, she told me that the fatigue, now she's not a GLP-1 user, but she was able to share from her patient perspective that I have got to push through this fatigue. And thank you. Thank you for that tough love, Sandra James, Living It. And because I needed to hear that, I needed to know that it is not okay for me to just say, oh, it's a side effect of my GLP-1 use, my Zepbound. It makes me feel tired all the time, because KendyK now. KendyK I can lean into that too. But I appreciate you reminding me, as JC Calamity Jane says, to push through it. JC Calamity Jane, if you are a type 1 diabetic and you are considering GLP-1s for weight loss, check with JC Calamity Jane. She is the only type 1 diabetic that I know who is also a GLP-1 user. Now, I know that there are clearly others out there, but she's the only one that I know, for real, for real. So, thank you, friends. So, y'all, I take my 3rd shot tomorrow, because tomorrow's Friday, and that will officially start my week 3, when I take my week 3 injection of Zepbound. I am taking, because I've just started this journey, I'm taking the starter dose, and the starter dose for Zepbound is 2.5. And y'all, the one thing I left in the house, though, I said all that to say this: I left my protein at home. I was supposed to have a protein shake because the dietitian said it is important for you to get somewhere in between 65, but let's really shoot for at least 100 grams of protein a day. And that she calculated that using my current weight. So she said I need 100 grams of protein a day. And we talked about the protein I have been eating versus adding more plant-based proteins. And so I did. I use ground turkey. That's not plant-based, of course, but it's very lean. Okay. I used very lean. I think it was 93% lean turkey, ground turkey. And y'all, one thing's for sure, when I figure all of these little tweaks out, the grocery bill is going to be, I'm going to save some money on the grocery bill. Okay. But right now, I'm just getting things in place. So I'm giving myself grace on the grocery bill, but you just cannot eat as much. And I think that's part of silencing the food noise, getting joy from eating. Think about that. There's something twisted with that anyway, isn't it? So I'm eating to live for real now. I'm eating to live and fuel my body for real, for real. Focusing on high protein, low carbs, and high fiber. So, y'all, I left my protein, my 30-gram Quest protein shake. Vanilla is my favorite flavor. That's the only flavor I drink. I think I have a gentle stomach anyway. She requires love and tenderness at all times. So I don't go with anything real different. So what I did, y'all, losing it grace. Another GLP-1 user in these YouTube streets, y'all. These GLP-1, this community is so helpful. Oh my gosh. All of you all are so helpful. Because she just did a video here recently talking about making better choices when you have to eat out. So I almost made it. I made it 6 days without fast food. And y'all know the only fast food I typically eat is Chick-fil-A. And I thought I was going to get through this week without, but y'all, it is lunchtime. I have not had breakfast. I haven't had anything since last night's dinner, which is crazy. Like, that's how I know that the GLP-1 is working. And when I say silence or mutes the food noise in your head, it mutes it. The fact that it is lunchtime and but I need to go ahead and push protein so that I can make sure I get to the 100 grams of protein that is recommended for max weight loss by the registered dietitian. Okay. So you do core power. Y'all, I'm scared to up the protein. I would love to get to those 40-gram shakes that have 40 grams of protein in them. But y'all, I have a tender gut over here. I've got a tender gut, and I'm just going to ease into it, y'all. I'm just going to ease into it. See that part when I read the word thicker, the boss way? Y'all check out the boss way. She is now in maintenance, and so excited that, y'all, most of these folks I'm mentioning are in the GLP-1 Real Talk Monday night panel. So I'm so excited to add this perspective from someone who is now in maintenance. Harjurine, I don't know if it was a new short from you, but it had a before and after. Whoa. Like, as you started your GLP-1 journey, and now that you have moved, you just tiptoed into maintenance. As a woman of a particular age, friends, striking. And do y'all know, y'all, I'm making this as a message to myself, KendyK. Grace and Pam, I think it was Monjaro Journey with Pam, reminded you to take your measurements and all of that good stuff. And I still haven't done that. The only thing I've been doing is weighing. And you all, I can't tell you when. I weigh every day, okay? Because I've been on, this is not my first rodeo around a weight loss journey, okay? But this is my first time using a medically supported weight loss journey using a GLP-1, Zepbound to be specific. Hey, Nisha Antoinette, happy Friday, friend. Y'all, if you want some diva-ness, friends, it's Nisha Antoinette. Y'all, I keep digressing. Y'all, it might be hunger, right? It might be hunger that has me all over the place. But if you know KendyK at all, you know this is just typical KendyK. KendyK being KendyK. So what I did, because Losing with Grace says now you got to learn how to work that menu, because that menu at a fast food does have things that are better for you to eat. And so my protein is now grilled nuggets from Chick-fil-A versus the fried nuggets. Okay, I'm using the grilled nuggets, and in fact, KendyK treated herself. I'm treating myself to a kids meal because it makes dollars and it makes sense, and it allows me to get then the fruit option. I opted out for having a soda or anything like that, and I opted in for a Dasani bottled water. Okay. And if you get the bottled water as part of a kid's meal, it's only $1. And I happen to know if you get a bottled water outside of a kid's meal, I think it's like $2.59 or more. Okay. So I'm just saying, and I get a toy. Okay. Okay. Yes, I want a toy. Yes. I got all of that in my kids meal. I'm getting grilled chicken nuggets. So I'm an adult. At 50, I'm gonna call them chicken bites. Is that okay? And I get a fruit cup. And so that means it's going to be portion control, because you know fruit has lots of natural sugars. But the doctor said, I'm hearing you. She loved my protein. So I saw the dietitian in person yesterday. So this was because I have been having video visits. So this was great to see her in person. And y'all, so lovely and kind. And I liked that. So she said we could meet in person again in 3 months, and I'm with that, because I'm fine to continue the video visits, if you know what I'm saying. I'm lovely on the video visits. 60 plus and Sophie, I lost 60 plus and Sophie. Okay, y'all, all my favorite folks are here. Thank y'all. So first of all, because I knew that they were grilling, and what they normally do, y'all, is a whole bunch of fried, they know how to roll that fried stuff off, but you kind of can throw them off a little bit when you come in through the drive-through and you haven't given them ample time to go ahead and fix your grilled items. So I gave them plenty of time. So now I'm going on around, and I am going to the short line for mobile through. Y'all see that up there? I don't know if y'all can see it, but it says mobile through. So if you do your order on your phone, then you don't have to stay in this line, y'all, because this line, but these other folk, y'all, it's like 50 deep. It's like 50 deep in my mind, but it's like 10 cars at least. Ain't nobody got time for that, because I got to get back home. I got meetings and things. So you pull up, you open up your app, and I just hit my thing so I can scan my QR code right there. It says align the code with the frame, and it's gonna kind of ding dong, ding dong. That's not the right beat or anything, but y'all know that song. So not too much on the Bojangles. I don't know about their menu as far as for GLP-1 users, but I guess what you could do is go get yourself a biscuit and just eat the meat, I guess. Y'all, Nisha Antoinette, honey, what you did with those Salvation Army Goodwill finds, friend, just about took me out in the best way. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, moderators. I appreciate y'all helping me out. Because we don't know what's going on. I don't want anybody to be showing you. I'll give y'all a better vantage point as soon as this car pulls off. I don't want y'all looking at anybody's tags and things, Trying to be a good YouTuber in these YouTube streets. Yes, but friend, the way Nisha Antoinette took about $20, what I call a $20 hauler, and flipped that thing into 4-5 different outfits, and they all were given 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Nisha. 60 plus and Sophie. I am loving the Lock and Loving It series. Friends, tell us the name of that series, because I get it all confused because I'm a woman of a particular age, y'all. And sometimes it be hard. It be hard, y'all. It be hard, friends. So, y'all, I am so excited to get my kids meal with my grilled nuggets and my Dasani bottled water and fruit cup and toy. Why would anybody hit no toy? Because even if my 20-year-old boy was still, into kids meal toys, why would you ever be a cruel parent and not give them a toy? Now, if they're having a bad day, you can hold that toy, if you know what I mean. If you can hold that toy until the behavior changes and let them know I'm holding your toy. But y'all, how can you come get a kid's meal for a kid and then not give them a toy? Is there a debate about that or something? But friends, we need our children playing with these toys. I would rather them play with a toy, manipulate something in their hands. That's called tinkering. Versus on these cell phone devices looking like zombies. Now let the church say amen. You got to say amen, or you might have to say ouch. Y'all, you got to get over there. Oh, okay. So I'm suggesting it's a collaboration here. Sandra James has locks, and they are gorgeous. And she just got them retied. I keep saying the word retied because I think that's the right word when you get your locks tightened or, done up professionally, maintained, all of that good stuff. But Sandra James has locks. So 60 Plus and Sophie, I am connecting you to Sandra James Living It and 60 Plus and Sophie, because 60 Plus and Sophie, she has this lock series and she is highlighting women of color, black women but I guess men too, because men are into locks too. We're just into wearing our natural hair, the hair that God gave us in all of its glory. Our hair is our crown. That's Bible. Okay, retightened. Okay, so I did have that right, because I just be, what I hear in these YouTube streets, I just repeat. And my sister has sister locks, and so y'all, I feel like I am gonna go ahead and take the plunge. Okay, y'all hold tight. Okay, friends, they just bought my order. Here is my Dasani water. And here is my kids' meal. Okay, here's my kids' meal. I like it anyway, because look at all the joy I'm getting from that kids' meal bag. GLP-1 users, it's a 10 out of 10 before I even open the bag to pull out my grilled chicken bites. We can't call them nuggets, y'all, because I'm 50. So we're going to call them grilled chicken bites. As a GLP-1 user, I'm using Zepbound, and I'm on Zepbound week 2. So my dosage is at 2.5. I am not titrating up because the food noise is still silenced. But I'm trying to get to my 100 grams of protein. And she was pretty serious about me not exceeding 100 grams of protein in a day. She made this point during my visit. And it was a pretty comprehensive visit because it's my first time meeting her in person. We've been having video visits. So, I'm just loving the bag, okay? Count them up. Count the number of animals on the farm. See, I love that. I love that for Chick-fil-A. And I love the Christian principles of Chick-fil-A. So, they got me anyway. They got me in the chokehold anyway. Any way you slice and dice it. I know, right, friend? I know, right? This is KendyK. This is KendyK being KendyK all day. Yes, I'm really, y'all, I'm nervous now. I'm nervous about the teeny tiny stage when my locks might be very short. But I learned from Crystal's World, who also, she has micro locks. She says that when she got her micro locks, she did not do a big chop or anything. So maybe I don't, maybe I don't, there's no need, maybe there's no cause for me to be concerned. Okay. Now, y'all got to stay focused. I got to stay focused because we got to get down to the good parts and we got to get there fast because time is ticking. This is just my luncheon time. Okay. Especially if I want to get my walk in, my walk outside. So yeah, I'm super excited about my fruit cup. Ooh, I just ran a light, y'all. Ooh. Y'all, I feel like these people gonna be sending me a ticket in the mail. I hope they acknowledge it was on yellow. Y'all, can I tell y'all, shoot, y'all, I just did it again. Shoot, y'all. Oh my God, y'all, I just did it again. Can I tell y'all, this is why I don't like driving. 9 out of 10 times KendyK prefers to be driven in the Uber or the Lyft. I'm for real, y'all. Y'all getting the real reality of KendyK, because KendyK, I am not an attentive driver, okay? Friends, the less I stay out of the driver's seat, the better, because, friends, I can't be 50 getting tickets. I cannot. Y'all, my auto insurance just went down because I had unpackaged it from my home insurance, my homeowners. Sometimes you got to do that because these insurance companies be playing in your face. They are not loyal. Gone. Let me say that. Gone is the time when insurance companies will reward your loyalty for having been the same customer of theirs on the same policies, having your homeowners and your car and your auto, even your life, all with the same company. State Farm. Allstate. There's no loyalty among thieves. There's no loyalty now, baby. Shop that insurance. Shop that insurance separately, and shop it. Gone now. That raggedy car probably ain't got no insurance. Shop that insurance, y'all, because you just never know. You can save yourself some money, and I have in the past saved myself money, hundreds of dollars a year by unpackaging my home insurance from my auto insurance. Typically, they're going to give you a discount if you keep them together. Nope. That discount got to be right. And when they ask me why am I asking for new quotes? Why am I asking? Because I'm not getting a discount. It's still too high. And I will sure enough show them what the other competitors are saying. Did I incriminate myself? Don't say that. We're going to move right on past that then. Friends, y'all are funny to me. So I'm using this new phone mount, and I love it because it hooks directly to your, what do you call the mirror on your dash? On your front window. What do you call that mirror? I love it because it hooks onto the mirror, and it gives me all these angles, except I think I may have installed it just a little bit wrong. So I have it a little bit. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think of the angle. It gets me up over the dashboard. Let me turn on some air, because something about the way these UV rays hit these windshields, it can just, let me just start some cool air so it won't shut us down. Even though we're fully away from the windshield, it's just so much air, so much UV rays coming in from the sun. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Rear view mirror. Thank you. Thank y'all. Lord have mercy. Rearview mirror. Can you say KendyK is all over the place? Yes, it is. I know. It is all over the place. So shout out to all the GLP-1 community, and y'all join us on Monday nights for the GLP-1 Real Talk Live. If you're thinking about using a GLP-1, if you already are using a GLP-1 for medical weight loss, connect, because timely topics and conversations, especially there are so many reasons and questions you're going to have, especially because I'm just on week 2 of using Zepbound. The GLP-1 that my doctor and I decided that it would be best for me is Zepbound, and I'm super pleased with it, even at a 2.5 starter dose. Yes. And y'all, don't be afraid to ask for a sample. Drug reps are providing primary care physicians, nurse practitioners, etc. Check with your medical provider. They do have samples, so you might as well just see if it's going to work for you. Ask for a sample. I did and got one. And they give you a 1-month sample supply. So you can really see the ins and outs of it. Y'all, here's the other thing that I do not like is flyovers. And this is a flyover, so I'm going to be quiet so I can just teetle-toddle. You know I got my hands on 10 and 2. Driving like my mama at 77. I do not like flyovers. Y'all just go on around me. I don't care. Go on around me. And now, y'all, we for real, we are headed to address my eyebrows. I need some help, so we're finna go get that addressed. Looks like I'm headed to Jackson, Mississippi. Well, first of all, they call Jackson, Mississippi, they call that the SIP for short. That's how you know. That's how you know. They call that the SIP for short. See, folks just be watching everything, so that's why y'all don't need to be looking at me. Y'all need to be looking to see what I can see. Look from my vantage point. Hey, Jerry G. Yes. Ooh, stay trooper, y'all. Well, I'm driving Miss Daisy, so I ain't got to worry about my speed limit, my speed, because I'm over here driving Miss Daisy. I'm coming to the SIP, Jerry G. Jerry G, know about it. Jerry G, you got it, friend. Ooh, it's a beautiful spring day. It's a little brisk out there now. I got my hoodie on. It's a little brisk. That's why I had to go back and get my hat, because I had dropped it. I brought it out the house, but I dropped it when I walked back around the car, because I was like, where's my hat? I know I had my hat in my hand, and it was laying on the floor in the garage. So in case I have time to get my walk in outside, I'm gonna put my hat on my head, because you got to keep that wind off your head. And you know what the seasoned ladies say. They say that March wind will tear your hair out. Y'all heard that before? They say that March wind will tear your hair out. And I don't need to be losing any hair. Amen. Because Grace, Losing It Grace, did a video, oh my goodness, about hair loss being a side effect. And I have read that. So JC Calamity Jane is right. You really do need to read the quite thick pamphlet of information that comes with your GLP-1. Whichever medication you use, whether I'm on Zepbound, but if it's Wegovy, if it's Rybelsus, that's old school Rybelsus. I think that was one of the first ones. If you're on Ozempic, Mounjaro, you need to read because yeah, and I read that, and so when she reiterated it, hair thinning is a side effect. But I love that she was solutions oriented. So check out Losing It with Grace, or Losing It Grace. Ooh, you on the coast? Okay. I'm looking at my fuel. I got fuel on Sunday, so I don't need any fuel. It's one good thing about working remotely is that you save on fuel. So sometimes I can get almost through 2 weeks before I need to get more fuel. And I can tell you, so, you know, I stay part-time on the West Coast as well. And I can tell even fuel here in the South last week, when did I get fuel? I think I got fuel on Sunday. There's my favorite store, IKEA. Y'all love IKEA like I love IKEA. I love IKEA. But I think I messed this up, didn't I? Did I mess this up, y'all? But fuel was high. Yeah, fuel had gone up. Fuel had gone up. But I know when I hit that coast, when I hit the Pacific Northwest, I know it is going to be sky. But it always is. Yeah, fuel can be $1 to $2, at least $1.50 more. And now that fuel has gone up, I guess because the country is at war. Do y'all realize our country is absolutely at war? That fuel it's going to be $2 or more. Yeah, it's going to be $4 and what? Is what I'm saying, per gallon. $4 and what per gallon? But the good thing about Oregon specifically for the Pacific Northwest, when I'm saying the Pacific Northwest or the PNW, I'm talking about Oregon and Washington. But if you're in the state of Oregon, you know, you don't have to pump your gas. They pump it for you. Yes. But you can if you want. But every gas station has a gas station attendant, and they'll pump your gas for you. No tip needed or accepted. They can't accept tips because that is their job, to be the gas station attendant. Whoa. So shout out to those who live in California, like that diva Sandra James, living it. $8 a gallon in downtown LA. I will not. At $8 a gallon, KendyK would stop driving. I'm just saying, y'all. Hey, Key. Y'all check out with Key. Y'all, great creator in these YouTube streets. And it's pronounced key like the key you put in a door. She is the key. And y'all, she has figured out something how to do a silent live stream, y'all. So she has the key to that, for real, for real. Key, I am so impressed, so proud of you as a content creator, and your numbers are just growing by leaps and bounds. You better show the people how to grow a YouTube channel in 2026. You have clearly leveled up. Y'all, speaking of Macy's, let me pull right here because we got to go get these eyebrows addressed for real, for real. But y'all, do you see that this is the middle of the day and ain't nobody at the mall? Ain't nobody at the mall. Let me angle this just right so y'all can get that good on Macy's sign. Okay. Speaking of Macy's, I have got to show you my new nightstands that I got from Macy's. Y'all, I got two nightstands. Two, I said two, y'all, for less than $70. Fully assembled. Where y'all shopping for furniture at? Don't sleep on Macy's, okay? Don't sleep on Macy's. And because, y'all, they were delivered for free, fully assembled. And I call fully assembled this. All I had to do was screw the four legs on. No, it wasn't me trying to read a half-inch thick instruction book trying to use an Allen wrench to screw all those little pieces together. Nope. All I had to do was screw in the legs. Okay. And then I got this. It's the Lennox brand butterfly collection. If you like butterflies, because spring, it's a pot rest. But then you can also, it doubles as a pot holder if I'm trying to get a hot pot out of the stove, or, you know, isn't it cute? It was on clearance and I saw it and I liked it. It's either on clearance or on sale. I know, Sandra, I love butterflies too because it's springtime. So, and then, blue is kind of an accent color in my kitchen too. So, pick that up. It came separately from my nightstands. But I just wanted to show you those two things. So y'all, don't sleep on furniture from Macy's. Um, they have really good deals going on, and I have taken full advantage of them because by me maintaining two homes, I'm definitely not a minimalist, y'all. I just have way too much stuff, but it's the creature comforts of home, right? So in order for me to be comfortable at all times, I buy the things that I need to furnish the house, but I do so on a serious budget, right? Because frankly, y'all, they don't even make furniture like they used to. I think we're done and gone with the furniture, solid wood furniture that lasts for 20 years and then you can pass it down to your children because it's still in such good shape. I think that day has been gone. And they're all these stores are selling the same thing, whether you get it from Wayfair. I love Wayfair too. Whether you get it at Macy's, you get it at Sam's Club, Costco, etc. Or Target. It's all the same thing. And y'all, we got to talk about that Target boycott. It sounds like it's a stinking cat on the line. Stinking cat on the line. I'm gonna talk about that under separate, situations. Okay. But anyway, yeah, you can get this. They're all selling the same furniture. Okay, so always price shop. That's what I do. Always price shop and compare prices, because literally find the item number for what you're trying to purchase, and before you purchase it, check the prices online. Comparison shop. Just Google it, and it's gonna bring you up all the prices and where you can get it cheaper. And follow that. And right, and your kids don't want that furniture, no way. So y'all, and y'all, I now have learned what they sell as solid wood now is still solid pressed wood. They're guaranteeing that it's all wood pieces that they have pressed together. Lord help us. And they can now call that solid wood. Lord have mercy. Do y'all know? Do y'all know what I'm saying? So here are my can y'all see? There we go. Here are my grilled chicken bites. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And I probably should, I'll have to look that up and see exactly how many grams of protein this is. But this is supposed to be white meat chicken, so I'm assuming chicken breast. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have a little protein, y'all. These are Be Pure watermelon scented moisturizing hand sanitizer. Picked these up at the Dollar Tree, and they were $1.25 or $1.50. Either way, y'all, ain't nobody got time to be spending $7 on the same little thing when we can get the dupe at a lower price point that smells just as fruity. Y'all, all it is alcohol with a scent to it. Come on now. So we're gonna minimize some germs. We're gonna minimize and mitigate some germs over here. KendyK with her OCD self. Because what you really want to do is go wash your hands with soap and hot water. But when you cannot, I should have known. I should have known Nisha Antoinette with her fashion and deal finding self. Nisha Antoinette should have known. Y'all know I'm over here grubbing. Lord, thank you for the food. Let it be nourishment for my body. If there's anything that is not like you, Lord, take it away. Lord, bless the hands that prepared it. In Jesus' name, amen. Friend, should have known Nisha Antoinette was going to be all over the deals. I am not moving, honey. You go all the way around. This parking lot is empty. Oh, okay, she parking. I'm like, why are you sitting here waiting on me, ma'am? Now, friends, these little grilled chicken bites, they got some flavor to them now, y'all. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. They got some flavor. They have some flavor to them. Oh, come on, Fruit Cup. This is my kids' meal, Fruit Cup, friends. Yeah, I buy everything I purchased on Macy's. I got 2 nightstands. 2 white nightstands for less than $70. Both nightstands came together in the same package. Okay? For less than $70. $60-something. Fully assembled. All I had to do was screw the legs on them. Friends. Y'all don't sleep on Macy's. Check them out. They have a huge furniture selection. Yeah. I can't tell you when I've been in the store, but I saw Macy's as I was, I'm about to fitna. What does fitna mean, y'all? Fitna. It's YouTube. Anyway, y'all look at my Fruit Cup. I've got some blueberries. I've got some strawberries. I've got some mandarin oranges. I've got some apples. Fresh. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, y'all. You can't beat that. As my mama would say, how you like them green apples? Oh, look at my toy. Y'all remember Highlights as children? Y'all, we used to get the little Highlights magazine at school. Do y'all remember that? I love that the toy is a book. Yeah, I just told y'all I love me some Chick-fil-A. I love that for us. I love that for our young people. Get caught in a good book. Mm-hmm. Thank y'all for being here. Who's that using their custom emoji? Hey, Poetic Tears. Hey, Sandra. Sandra, did we meet our goal? I know you were trying to get to your next level. Did we get there, friend? Yes, y'all. In fact, friend, all the Dollar Tree that I went to had was the watermelon scent. I didn't go down the aisle. They were right up at the register. And shout out to that kind lady at the Dollar Tree. Me and her stood there and talked for about 5-6 minutes. Y'all don't look at my dry hands. Y'all excuse me. I know I need some lotion for real. And I probably have some down in the console in between seats. Let me address that. But y'all, don't be looking at that. Look at this hand sanitizer that you can get for $1.50. Okay? Same size and everything as what they're selling in the big box stores. And they're selling them sometimes for $6. Please, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Shout out to the YouTube class of 2026 and Poetic Tears. Y'all, Poetic Tears was in these YouTube streets. She took us out on a field trip. She took us to the Bass Pro Shop, one of my favorite Bass Pros. In downtown Memphis. They were doing a little rainy day adventure. They had other plans, her and her family. That was such a great live stream. I think I got you right, Sanders. Yeah, all Dollar Trees are not made the same. They're not made the same, and it all depends on the quality of the people working there. But isn't that any of these franchises? I know exactly what you're saying. Sometimes it's worth driving across town because, at least folks can be pleasant. If you having that bad of a day, you might need to call in. Go on, call in sick or something. So Macy's, you don't have to go in the store anymore. You can do package pickup, and they can bring it out to your car. At least in the Pacific Northwest, they will bring it out to your car. I would assume that that's, everywhere. Or you can have it shipped to your home, or you can have it shipped to yourself at work too. Don't sleep on having things shipped to yourself at work. If if you worry about stuff being left at your door while you're working, ship it to yourself at work. And then just let your mail people at your job know that you had something shipped there. Everybody does it. Don't worry about it. Did Lala meet hers too? Don't tell me Lala met hers and this was like the one day I was not up this morning with Lala. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, friend. This little fruit cup and this little chicken bites. Okay, Lala is close. Okay. And that little Lexus crossover is nice. Y'all see that? She got a present. One of my friends, she had the Lexus crossover. Hers was a little bit bigger, so I guess they got them in different sizes. And she had driven a Lexus sedan for, my goodness, probably 15 years. Like, it just, it was a good car. And she just could not, she couldn't, there's something about she just didn't like it. So she took it back and went back to her Lexus sedan. So that's what women of a particular age do. Whatever we want to do is the point. Amen. 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 Look at all these members in the building. Thank you, Poetic Tears. Thank you for being a member. And Sandra James Living It, thank you for your membership. 60 Plus and Sophie, thank you for being a member of KendyK's crew. So Joe 202112, sorry friend, I'm just now seeing your posts, your comments. Going to the mall. Now I will tell you, as a finance secret tip that I use, I absolutely put everything on my American Express Platinum card, because do you know how many Sky Miles I accumulate for every dollar? Friend. Yeah, now if you don't have good credit, or if you are living, as they say, check to check, then using credit cards is probably not what you want to do. But I use my American Express Platinum card like my debit card, because I get so much cash back, and in this case, Sky Miles, for every dollar that I spend. But I'm also a person, because I'm 50, okay? And I've worked hard. I've not always had good credit. No, I'm just being honest, okay? I've not always had good credit. And so I've worked through years and years and years of hard work to get good credit. And so each month I do, as part of me paying my bills, I always pay my American Express Platinum card off. Yeah, it's set on auto pay, and it's set to pay the entire balance. So I'm never being charged interest. Right. So if you can't pay your credit card off, then don't treat your credit card like a debit card. But friends, you've got to read the fine print. You've got to read the fine print on things, because all of these credit cards, they want your business, and many of them are offering cash back. And yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. But make sure that you're able to do that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I put everything on a credit card. And plus, when you put things on credit cards, it gives you the ability to, if you're not satisfied with the product, if you want to dispute, etc., by doing it on a credit card versus paying cash for it, the credit card companies they will help you to seek a resolution if you've made some purchases that you're not happy with. I won't go into great detail on that, but yeah. 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 Yeah, Macy's, they're closing and closing and closing their brick and mortar stores. I think the idea of the mall is come and gone past us at this time. Brick and mortar malls have gone, especially indoor malls. People in still kind of like outdoor malls, but yeah, but they it's a much to me it's a much more pleasant experience with Macy's. I have been shopping online with them for years. 4 years. Yeah. But if you're able to pay off the full balance on your credit card month to month, there's absolutely nothing wrong with, yeah, I just went in and into the post office. Absolutely use my American Express Platinum card to pay because I'm earning miles, and that's how I'm able to travel for personal reasons. Yeah. I'd much rather be sitting in first class and having only paid for a Comfort Plus, which is their business class seat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody has to decide what's for them and how they can do it. Yeah, yeah. I found that when I was only using cash, I spent much more money than when I used my debit card. As you learn more, as you know better, you do better. That's for real. That's real talk. That's real talk for sure. Okay, friends. We're gonna wind this one down because time to go to work. All right, and I gotta get my eyebrows done. Y'all be good. Goodbye for now. Thank y'all for tapping in.